Most importantly, folks, listen to me. If you don't hear anything else I say, hear this. I'm about to close. And my pastor, who used to be a traveling minister, now he's the pastor of our church, but he traveled all over speaking. And he loved it because, as he says, I would blow in, blow up, and blow out. Get a little honorarium. Nice to see you guys. See you again next year when all this is blown over. The truth of the matter is, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, have for 26 years, and I'm going home sooner or later. Eric lives in Chicago. Ned lives in Virginia now. You guys still live here in Kansas. Thank God that there are still Kansans. I don't know all of the specific issues, not only in Kansas, but in Salina, but you guys do. There is no way from Tennessee, even working with a national organization, that I can effectively be an activist in Kansas, but you guys can. Here's what I want you to do before you leave. Show of hands, how many of you have seen somebody that you know here from work or church or whatever here today? All right, look around, guys. Not everybody. So some of you are unknown to others. Please, please do me a favor. Make sure you make connections. In just a second, as I said, I'm going to close. We got to break all this stuff down, load it all up. We got to drive to Kansas City. Please take a few minutes, wander over, shake the hand of somebody you don't know, and tell them, I'm pleased to meet you. My name is whatever. There's strength in numbers. I've shared at a couple of different rallies the story from 2 Kings, where Elijah has just had this incredible experience with the prophets of Baal, and he's stood up and God has shown up, and there's this wonderful experience. And yet right after that, the queen goes, I'm going to get you for that, and Elijah just sort of loses it. And he goes off into the wilderness, he ends up in the cave, and we all know the story, the wind and the fire and the earthquake, and then the still small voice. And he says to God, he says, God, I don't know how long I can do this. I'm all alone. It's just me. And my enemies are just too numerous. They're too powerful. They're too strong. It's the government, for crying out loud. And God says something very interesting. He says to him, he said, son, I have reserved for myself, I have kept for myself 7,000 who have not bowed their knee to Baal. He was not alone. You are not alone. There's people here, there's people in your workplace that you need to take this message to. So the next time you have one of these meetings, you've added and increased your numbers. You've moved forward. You are fighting for the liberty that you enjoy. And we will hear back home about what's going on in Kansas. We will find out that people here are still committed to liberty. They still love their country. They still love their God. And they still will not be overrun by an overreaching, out of control, liberty quenching government east of town. And when I hear that, as I am now, I will be then proud to have been here with you tonight. I'm proud to call you patriots. I am proud to call you activists, and for as many of you as I can meet, I will be proud to call you friend. Thank you for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere. You chose to be here. God bless you, and God bless these United States. Good night.